Well, it's Monday morning. My kitchen is a wreck. My house is a wreck. Everything needs cleaned up. So I thought, you know what? This would be a wonderful time to show you guys some of my favorite cleaning items. And by the way, I love to clean naturally, try to use as little chemicals as possible. So these are going to be natural cleaning products for your house and some of my favorite cleaning products of all time. So let's get into it. Before I start showing you the cleaning items that I use regularly and are some of my favorite items, I'm first going to tidy up my kitchen and then we'll get into cleaning. So let's do this. Don't I look ghostly? There we go. Alright, so I have my countertops cleaned up a little bit, still need to sweep the floor. But now we're going to jump into some of the products that I really love and use all the time. Alright, so one of my absolute favorite cleaning items is Microfiber Claws. And if you're not using these, likely you've been in contact with the cheap ones that like stick to your hands and make you want to just go bananas. Trust me, those kinds are awful. You don't want anything to do with them, but let me introduce you to a quality microfiber cloth that you're going to love and never ever will clean with anything else ever again. So I first started off with a company called Norwex, and there's it's a very high quality microfiber cloth, but granted they're very expensive. They're like $16.99 I think, $14.99 or $16.99 for one cloth. They do last a long time. They're definitely worth it. But let me introduce you to another company that makes very similar quality cloth and you get a lot more bang for your buck, and that is E-Cloth. You can buy them on Amazon. I'm going to have links below, but this pack right here, a pack of 4 plus a window cloth, will set you back like $17.99, which is basically the cost of one cloth of the other kind that I'm using. This kind isn't quite the same as the other one I'm using, but it still doesn't stick to your hands, and it's a quality cloth. I would definitely recommend it. So the wonderful thing about microfiber is you only need a cloth and water. You get rid of all the chemicals. You don't need to be adding soap and all these cleaning detergents to everything. I have gotten stains out of carpet with simply using a Norwex cloth and water. Microfiber just does a really good job at just grabbing onto the dirt and just pulling it into the cloth. They're really awesome. I use them in my kitchen, I use them in my bathroom, I use them to clean the house. But seriously, you're not going to want to not own these. They're awesome. Microfiber claws do a wonderful job at polishing, so that's what's so nice to just have them around, is to quick shine up your faucet, shine up your countertops. Right now I have a very dirty stovetop. I'm going to show you quickly how I like to clean it, so just let me get a few things. So you're going to notice how big of a fan I have been of Norwex and use a lot of their products, but in this video I'm going to be offering you products that are similar to Norwex. But for this one, this is a cleaning paste for my stovetop, and it lasts a long time. I will try to find a link for you in the description so you can find your own. It's like a hard soap that you use to just scrub the top of your stovetop. So first off, I like to use a razor and a scrunchie of some kind. I don't believe it scratches my stovetop. I like to make it wet and then work at some of the burnt on food with the razor blade. And then I go to work scrubbing the top with this and a wet scrubber. And then from there I come along with my microfiber cloth to kind of polish it up and shine it. So let's do it. So like I said, I like to make this wet, just kind of get things wet on the surface, and then go ahead and work at some of these food spots with my razor. It's probably a little bit hard to see on the camera, but I don't have actually a whole bunch. I'm sure it's glaring a bit, but I don't have just tons of really burnt on food this time. So I'm just taking some of this paste and I'm just going to work it into the stove top. Alright, now I'm coming back with my microfiber cloth and I'm just going to wipe this down. It might take a few times, but look at how shiny that makes it. Love it. I'll rinse this out and come back. And one more time, get all the edges. Microfiber does such an incredible job at polishing, like you just saw with my stovetop. Just any countertop, any faucet, you don't need all this soap and stuff, you just need water and microfiber, and I love it. Let me just show you a quick little trick. You don't want to bunch up your cloth like this to clean, you want to fold it in halves. And that means you have 8 clean sides, so Right now I have it folded in halves, so I can use this side, and when that's dirty, I can fold it again to this side, and when those are dirty, then I just flip it around again and do it for all the other sides. Let's talk about windows. So this was one of my favorite products with Norwex, and that was the window cleaning set. But now I'm using e-cloth to demonstrate for you guys, and I did need more rags, and I just ordered e-cloth. So far I'm loving them just as much as Norwex, so we're gonna put this to the test. I'm not bashing Norwex because I love their products, but if you're tight on money and you don't want to spend that, this is a very close, if not almost equal, company for less than money. Alright, so we're going to be talking about washing windows, and seriously, if you're using any kind of cleaner to wash your windows, you're behind the times. Number one, you're spending the money on the cleaner, and number two, so many cleaners I've used still leave streaks. Ever since I have switched to microfiber, I have never looked back. All you need is water and 2 claws. You make the first one wet. This is the standard regular microfiber cloth. And like I said, they have a finer microfiber polishing window cloth. Make this one wet and then dry the window with this one. You don't have streaks, and the really cool thing is you can spot wash. Instead of having to wash the entire window, if you have little fingerprints on the window, you don't have to wash the entire window. You can just go and wash off the fingerprints and you're done, and you're not going to see it. Suddenly there's streaks somewhere and it didn't, you know how it is. So let me just show you guys the window. Alright, I made it really dark so you can kind of see the smudges on the window. It's a bit hard to see on camera, but there's just finger marks and food marks from my son here at the bottom. So once again, I made this wet with water. I'm going to fold it and just quickly wash this off. I'll just do the whole window since we're at it. And while you're at it, you can just quickly wipe off the sills. And then I'm going to take this cloth. I'm just going to go ahead and dry. And there you have it. It's all nice and clean. It's going to dry streak free, at least it should. So I'm just going to do a quick little disclaimer, an honest opinion of mine. The e-cloth window polishing cloth, I don't like it quite as much as I like the Norwex cloth. This one's much softer, and I feel like it does a better job at just drying the window. But so far I'm not seeing any streaks. It's looking like they're both working the same, so if you want to save a lot of money, go with the e-cloth. So I'm into my bathroom, and a hack that I really like to do is to put hooks inside the cabinet door and hang up your Enviro cloth and your window polishing cloth so that they're right there. You can quickly wipe down your sink and polish it, and you can quickly wipe off spots off the mirror, and it just takes minutes. Now I'm just going to be honest, this is a handy trick, but you still have to do it, and there's many times that I just don't do this nearly as often as I should. But it's really handy to have these underneath the sink so you can just do it in the morning and be done. Alright, while we're speaking of bathrooms, one of my cleaners that I mostly use would be Mrs. Meyer's multi-purpose cleaner. I do like it, but I will say it's not like just this super powerhouse of a cleaner for bathtubs and stuff. But I do use it because it's natural, and I really like the lavender scent. I pretty much use this whenever I need it in the kitchen or up in the bathroom. Yeah, if you have any suggestions for cleaners that you like that are natural, put them below. I do like Mrs. Meyer's. It's one of my favorites for now, but I will say the smell is pretty strong, and I'm not one that likes really strong smells, even if it's like a natural smell. So anyway, let's just move on to some of my other favorite cleaning products. Another really favorite thing of mine is a dusting mitt. Once again, microfiber. I'm a huge fan of microfiber if you haven't noticed yet. But this is a Norwex dusting mitt. I had ordered one from e-cloth and it didn't get here, so I'll just have links to that one below. Theirs actually has fingers, which I think actually would be a lot nicer because you could get in between blinds and just different things. The claim is that the microfiber creates kind of a static charge when you're just wiping off surfaces, so you can use it dry, or you can spritz it with water, which is sort of what I prefer. Sometimes I'll use like a water bottle mixed with water and a little bit of Murphy's oil. Other times I'll use it dry. You can pick up things and easily just dust all around them because it's just a glove. It's really, really cool idea. So next up, we're moving on to some other exciting, fun cleaning stuff that I like. Is cleaning ever fun and exciting? Sometimes, I guess. Like I've mentioned previously, I have a lot of these types of products from Norwex, and I wanted to try some other versions for you guys. And so I saw this cleaning set on Amazon by a company named Dacha, and this is called their Dacha Pull Set. And so I reached out to them and said, would you mind sending this to me? I want to see if there's any alternatives to some of the products that I'm using so that I can refer you guys to them at a better price. And so that's what I'm going to be doing now. Some of these products, I basically have them in another version. Some of them are Norwex, some of them aren't. But this cleaning set, you get them all together and it is a very high quality. Let me just show you all. First off, you get this mammoth pole, and this thing is huge. If you have really tall ceilings and need to get to your fans and your ceiling, check this out. And this is only the first extension. This is gonna be wider than my kitchen. Oh my word. You wanna do it? Okay, Xander, here, look. Look at how long this pole is. Xander, you hold the very end. Back up, hold it up high. This is almost as long as my kitchen. So if you have tall cathedral ceilings, this is definitely for you. Anyway, this is quite the heavy duty, extremely long pole that will definitely reach pretty much anywhere you want it to go. You can turn the end like so. And then of course you have your attachments for the end, which is the things that I use the most in my house. So first off is sort of this hard little bristly round brush. And I use this to get like in all the wall corners, the ceiling, the tops, just to get like around for spider webs. This one's just a little bit more bristly and smaller than the one I have, but it would still work just as good. The next thing is a really nice quality duster. I'm sure many of you use them to like get on top of shelves, just dust around things quickly. I really like it. It fits onto the top of the handle. And the last thing, which is probably one of my favorites, but once again it's sort of like a microfiber thing. It comes with a sleeve so you can actually pull this off and throw it in the washer. But the really awesome thing is how it bends. You can bend it into whatever shape you want. This is perfect for ceiling fans. You just take it on top of your ceiling fan, run it across the top. It's going to be getting the edges, the top, and then you can just run it along the bottom. I'll demonstrate that quickly here. But once again, this will fit. Once you screw this off, it will fit on the end of the pole if you want that. The other thing that's really handy is to get like underneath your stove to just kind of dust out those spider webs, or like between your fridge and your cabinets, wherever there's spaces, they're like really tiny and narrow where it catches all the dust and the dirt underneath stuff. Just swipe it, it grabs a hold of the dirt and the dust bunnies and just gets it out. It's really, really handy. So I'm going to have links to that package below. It's a company named Dorzu. They're a Christian company located in Memphis. So thanks a lot for sending it to me. And if you guys want to try it, I think it's an excellent package with great value and high quality. Alright, I now have my kitchen pretty much cleaned up. It just needs to be swept. And today I'm feeling lazy. I have this really cool automatic sweeper. It actually sweeps and washes, but today we're just going to be sweeping. It's called the Roborock S6. I already did a review on it. I have links to the review below as well as to the sweeper. Love it. So right now I am going to go ahead and tell it to clean just the kitchen while I am picking up stuff in the other rooms.
Starting room cleaning.
Alright, we'll let it work while I go and do some other things. Alright, I just had to quickly show you this. What Nolan made for Xander. I might just insert a quick clip here. It's so cute. He made him a little shop for his RC that he got for Christmas. It looks like a legit little shop complete with a light on top. Whoa! What did Daddy make for you?
Oh, look at this. You can push that.
Xander! What did Dad make for you?
Listen.
Now you got a little shop for your RC.
Look at that.
No.
Daddy even painted you a checkered floor.
Top right there.
What's this? What's that?
Window.
A window.
This is a top. They made right there.
Okay.
This is a mirror. Thank you, Dad. You're welcome.
I'm telling you, he was one happy little boy. All right, so the sweeper is still cleaning up the kitchen. I want to show you another thing I like for cleaning my sofas.
Hi.
Hi. All right, the next thing that I have is called Citrusol, and it's basically a really concentrated cleaner mixed with water, put into a spray bottle. It's a degreaser, and I think it's fairly natural. I'm not 100% sure on that. It's good to use on your couches to get spots off. This little guy sure makes a mess on couches sometimes, so let's take a look. All right, so I've got kind of spots all over this couch here and on the front. See if you can see. I'm just gonna quick spray it all over the top. Probably doesn't show up just the best on camera, but we're gonna get it off. I'll have links to this below. It's not very expensive and it will last a long time. Also, if you want a really cool glass bottle that'll last and last and last, I'll have this one linked below as well. Another one of my favorite things, once again, this is Norwex, but there are other options on the market. So this is the Norwex Mop. It has a really good Velcro system. There's a wet pad. I like this one. It's a mix of microfiber and little scrubby things. And then there's also a dry mop pad, which you can use on walls or wherever, or just use it to sweep up your floors. A lot of people do that. And once again, that microfiber helps pick up the dirt, helps create that static charge, and helps kind of attract the dirt to the microfiber for a dry mop. And then for a wet mop, once again, microfiber does a much better job at just cleaning dirt, grabbing onto the dirt. And then it has these little, no, Xander. And then it has these little scrubber things inside. So basically, all I use, again, is water. I know you guys are probably gonna think I'm crazy, but microfiber and water, and maybe add some vinegar if you need to. I would just rinse this out in the water and squeeze it like this, and then just put it on there. Oh, sorry, Bubba. And mop my floors. And another thing that it's really good for is if you have like hardwood that streaks easily. It's really good for washing up the hardwood with a mop and not having streaks when you're done. My sister really likes it. So I'm going to put the e-cloth alternative below, but I'm just going to make a clarification here. I have never used it. I have a feeling it's not quite as good of a quality as this, but you're definitely welcome to try it. And if you want to try the Norwex Mop, definitely find a Norwex consultant somewhere and they can set you up with one. All right, so this brings us to one of my last favorite cleaning items. You might not have expected this, but it's my sweeper. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it and why I like it so much. This is a Miele Twist. I'm going to have links below once again. And one of the reasons I went with this one, when you study into sweepers and how they sweep, many of them actually just take the dust and just stir it up and just spew it all through the air. And so we know that often there tends to be a lot of chemicals and toxins that accumulate on the floor, especially in carpeted areas. Especially with new carpets, there's just a lot of, yeah, if you're kind of in the health, natural world, you probably don't even have carpets in your house, but if you do, it's one of those things that they might not be the most healthy for you. And so this was something that always kind of worried me a little bit. And when I was doing my research and study, I realized that there's some preventative measures I can take, and that is to keep it swept often, which I don't do like I should. But if you do keep it swept often, you also want a sweeper that doesn't just stir up the dust into the air so you breathe it in. So this sweeper does a really good job. Number one, it's sweeping. It also aggravates the carpet well to like pull the dirt up into the sweeper. It has a specially designed sweeper bag that keeps the dust right in the bag. Like when you open this, there's like no dirt and dust that got into here. It just keeps it very nice and clean. And then it also has a filter down in here. The way I understand it, it just helps keep the dust down, helps capture everything in the sweeper, and it doesn't stir everything up into the air. That is one of the reasons I love the sweeper. Never mind the fact it's made in Germany, I believe, and they know how to make their stuff well. So I actually got this one used. Really like it. Anyway, if you're interested in any of these things, I'm going to have links below. I'm also going to have links to my blog where I'm going to have a full list of all these items and where you can purchase them. So feel free to head on over there. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching and happy cleaning. Bye.
Bye. And then all raisins are here.
What are you doing?
Clean all raisins.
You're cleaning the raisins. Good job.
All raisins are here.
I'll take a little cleaner every day.
Faster, 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 faster.
Whee! Getting my floor clean, are ya? All right.
And faster, and faster.
No way, buddy. All right, all right. Say bye.
Bye.
Hey, can you say subscribe?
Subscribe.